Everyone, and welcome to another episode in our adventure. Now, if you didn't watch the previous episode, don't worry. All you need to know is that our character Bastian was hired to protect this ship right here, the River Serpent. Okay, and we stop at this settlement. We stop at the settlement right here of Onyxton. And after we did some trading with the leader of the settlement, we decided to spend the night in one of the inns. And the next morning, when we arrived to our ship, we discovered that a shipment of silk, or part of a shipment of silk, was stolen. So before, this was full, and now we're down to only two boxes. So they stole most of our shipment. So this adventure, or this episode, sorry, is going to be about conducting an investigation in Ironsworn, or at least how I would do it. Okay, so we start. Oh, one more thing. I changed the map for the village from the previous episode. I'll post a short video showing you how to do that in the Ogre. It's really simple. But I'll put a separate video if you're interested in that. Okay, so we're going to start right in the middle of it. So Bastian, who is our character, and Rowan, who is the leader, or I wouldn't say the captain. He's the merchant or the caravan leader of this ship, right? He's the one in charge. But he's specializing in doing the trading, really. So they just got back to the docks, right? So maybe we're walking down the docks proper, and part of our crew comes at us and tells us that in the night a group of armed men came and attacked them. They didn't kill anyone, but attacked them. Maybe they immobilized some of them, and hurt some of them, and they made out with part of the shipment of silk. Okay, so since we are tasked with protecting the ship and its goods and its people, it falls on us to figure out what happened. Okay, I think the first thing we should do, or we would do, is we would make a move. Correct. So we go to the moves, and in this case, I think it's the first thing Bastion would do is he would do a gather information move, right? To try to find out what happened, or if anybody saw something, if there are any clues as to who did this. Okay, so let's say that he walks around the ship, around the docks, trying to figure out what happened. Okay, let's search for the gather information move. Alright, gather information when you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track. Okay, roll plus wits. So we're going to roll plus wits, and the narrative, or what I envision our character is doing, like I said, is he's pretty much just observing and asking questions. Okay, so we roll plus wits, and we had a strong hit with a match. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn. Okay, and take +2 momentum. Okay, very important, take +2 momentum. And we are 9 out of 10 momentum, so very useful in case we roll a miss in something important. Okay, envision what you learn and ask the oracle if unsure. Alright, I think what makes sense to me is that perhaps we talked with the person in this house right here, correct? And after we walk around the ship and everything, we decide to knock on this door and see if the person here knew something. And since we got a strong hit and a match to boot, I would say that it went extremely well. That perhaps this person, she heard, or she, I don't know why I think it's a woman, so she heard a commotion outside, because she's very, as you can see, her house is very close to the docks. She heard a commotion outside, and when she looked out of the window, she saw some men running away from the docks, and she recognized one of them, and perhaps it was a man she recognized who lives here in the town. Okay, and she tells us the name of the person, Let's see. I don't think the name is really that relevant, but anyway. Okay, let's roll. Nisus. So the name of the person that she saw, that she thinks she recognized, is Nisus. Okay, I'm gonna write that down because it's probably it's very probable I could forget it. So let's write it down. Someone recognized one of the thieves. His name is Nisus, and he lives in town. Okay, so someone recognized one of the thieves. His name is Nisus, and he lives in town, in the village. All right, and now that I wrote it down, I don't think I'm going to forget the name. Okay, so we have to figure out who this Nisus guy is, and we could roll a character for him. So let's say that one of these is his house. Let's say this one, the one at the edge of the village. Okay, so we choose a new character, and I'm going to say I don't know. Perhaps it's just a peasant, right? Okay, someone who got caught in this thing, and I'm gonna roll a few times. Okay, so it's a man. Okay, so only male characters. Let's say it's this guy. This guy is gonna be Nisus. Okay, accept. And I'm going to change the name. So Nisus. Okay. So we know that this Nisus guy is the one who, or at least he was part of the crew who stole the silk. So we're going to go and investigate. The merchant is going to stay with the ship. Yeah, he's trying to calm the crew and figure things out. So he's going to stay here, and it falls on us to solve this. Okay. So we go and meet. We go to meet this Nisus character. All right. Who, by the way, is wearing the same shirt as us. So I'm going to change that. Let's give him something else so it doesn't look too similar to our character. Let's say he's wearing the green one. Okay. Yeah, that's better. All right. So, Bastian, our character, arrives right outside the door of this gentleman's house, and he knocks, and he's greeted by this guy. He doesn't know. He doesn't know us. He thinks he's all clear. Okay, so he opens the door and asks us, "Well, what do we want? What are we doing here?" And I think in this case, how would we approach it? Yeah, it's time to make another move. I think I don't think that starting a fight makes sense here, because our goal is to get the shipment back, right? So I think we would try to compel him, like intimidate him, really. So it's a compel move. Okay. When you attempt to persuade someone to do something, envision your approach. In this case, we're going to threaten him, so it's definitely plus iron. Okay. So I'm going to tell him, I know you were part of the people that stole something from my ship, and if you don't tell me, I don't know, I'm gonna kill you. Perhaps too rough. Just threaten him, right? If he doesn't tell us, he's gonna be in trouble. Okay. So we roll plus iron, which we have a +3. All right. So it's a weak hit. We could burn momentum, but I'd rather save that for a fight. Okay. On a weak hit. Okay, as above. So they'll do what you want or share what they know. Take +1 momentum. Okay, so more momentum, and we're at the max now. If you use the exchange to get information, make that move now and add +1. Okay, that could be what we do. Okay, on a weak hit, as above, what they ask for something in return. Envision what they want. I think in this case, pretty clear. I mean, he doesn't want to get into trouble. He says something along the lines of they made me do it, or it's the first time I did this, or making up excuses. And he says, I will tell you where they are or who they are if you let me go, and you don't tell anyone I was involved. Okay, like we don't tell the leader of this village. And since we are only interested in getting our things back, because that's what they're paying us for, We tell him that, okay, if you tell me something useful, if I recover the goods thanks to whatever information you provide, then I'll look the other way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the gather information move. Now, I think they'll share what they know. I'm going to do the gather information move. Basically, I'm questioning him, or not questioning, but he's telling me about these people. I'm going to do the gather information move because I don't think we would get the whole information that we need right off the gate, right? Maybe we would have to press him. He would try to lie to us. It will be a whole exchange, and I think that using the gather information move would be a good way to wrap this into a single move. Okay, and since we're questioning this person and we kind of trying to figure out if he's telling the truth or not, I'm going to use it makes sense that we would use plus wits. Okay, so I roll plus wits, but before I roll, remember that no, we don't get the +1. That was a strong hit, so this is a weak hit. So we roll plus wits. Alright, and we get a strong hit. On a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make progress is made clear. Envision what you learn. Okay, and take +2 momentum, which we already full. I think our main task is protecting the ship, right? I think that part of this, since we are moving forward in our vow of protecting the ship, I think it would make sense to mark progress here right now. Okay, this person tells us where they took the silk. He says that I think it would make sense that it's somewhere in the outskirts of the village, perhaps like here in the forest, something like that. Yes, I think that would be appropriate, like perhaps here or hidden between these trees. Okay, there's a small camp where the thieves gather or are waiting for us to leave so they can move the goods, something like that. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna mark progress here. I do think this is part of protecting the ship, so to say. Okay, so we close this, and he tells us that he moved the goods, the silk, to the forest, to where let's pick another spot. Okay, he moved them here, right, like in the forest, here in the middle, or between the trees. I don't know if this is a forest or not. Yeah, it looks like a forest. Right? Maybe it spreads all this way. Okay, so they hid the goods to the forest, to the trees, to the east of the village. Okay, so we know it's around here. And now what's left for us to do is to walk here and try to find the goods. Alright, and now, okay, I'm gonna close this. We're not gonna deal with this person anymore. And now what should we do? Should we just move here, or I think we should make a move, right? Like approaching this area here where the bandits are. Should have we should do some rolling to see what we find, or at least how we find it. Okay, so let me see. I think it would involve moving somewhat stealthy. Like we're traveling. We hear some noises here, and now we have to figure out if we can get the drop on these thieves. Maybe we could grab one of them before they see us and have a slight advantage. Okay. I think what would be secure an advantage. I think yes, secure an advantage. When you assess a situation, make preparations or attempt to gain leverage. Okay, not okay. Oh, it would. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we try. Since we are approaching with stealth, we would roll plus shadow. Now our character has only one shadow, so I'm gonna try it anyways. Okay. The worst thing that could happen is that we start a fight with them because we are the ones approaching them. So, okay. So we are here at the edge of the forest. And we see some people here. I'm going to say, let's see if we have some bandits here. Bandits, okay? Troublesome. I'm going to put, I think they would be what, like 3? Makes sense, right? It would be 3 bandits. Alright, yes, let's say just 3 bandits. Okay. And we're approaching, and one of them has their back turned to this part of the forest. Maybe they are huddling around a campfire, maybe. Yeah, yes, they're huddling around a campfire, and we can see the goods in the distance. But we know we have to deal with these guys before. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to approach this guy from behind. So maybe we can grab him, or outright kill him before the other two have time to react. Okay, so I'm going to roll with shadow, and it's a miss. Of course, it's a miss, and we could burn momentum here. But our character, he's a soldier, a veteran. He didn't really expect to get the drop on these guys. So the miss, your fail or assumption betrays you, pay the price. The miss here is that we're going to start the fight. The way I see it, we're going to start the fight not in control. Okay, that's going to be the price we're going to pay. And let's see, enter the fray. When you enter in combat, set the rank of your foes. Each of your foes. Okay. I'm going to, let's see. We open this here. I'm going to use this bandit to track the whole encounter, and since there are 3 of them, I'm going to say it's dangerous. Okay. And we start without the initiative. I said not in control because I think it's Starforge, but in Ironsworn is initiative. Okay. So we start a fight and we don't have the initiative. Alright, on a miss, combat begins with your disadvantage. Okay, that's how I am seeing this. It's not strict by the book, by the rules, but the good thing about solo is that you can interpret the rules according to what makes sense in the narrative. Okay, so these guys hear something, a tree, a branch, something moving, and they get startled, right, and they spread around. And as I approach, they are all watching me. They're all ready for me. Alright, and I started without initiative, okay? And now let's look. Okay, if you press here, it show no. Okay, let's write combat, and here we have the combat moves. And since we start without initiative, the easiest thing to do is just clash. Okay, so we jump right in the middle. And we start clashing with these guys. Okay, we have 2 assets. Shield bearer. When you face danger, using your shield as cover, add +1. When you clash in close quarters, take +1 momentum on a strong hit. Okay, we could use that, but our momentum is full. Veteran. Okay, we should have the first one. When you burn momentum to improve your results in combat, envision how your hard-won fighting experience gives you the upper hand. Then take +1 momentum after you reset. Then add +1 when you make your next move. Once per fight. You also take initiative when burning momentum to improve a miss or weak hit. Oh, I like this. Okay. I wonder, could you combine them? I think you can. I think I remember reading in the book that you can. Since we're going to clash, I'm going to try to make it this, like, spectacular, right? Like, he gets here in the middle, he's fighting these 3 bandits. They think they have the advantage, but they have no clue what they're facing, alright? So, okay, I got too excited and close this, okay. Clash. Okay, we roll, and we're going to roll with iron, okay, +3. And we get a weak hit. Now, weak hit, oh, okay. No, this one wouldn't make sense because it's when you get a strong hit. And burning momentum, it doesn't count as a strong hit, I think. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so when you burn momentum in combat to improve the results, envision how your hard-won fighting experience gives you the upper hand. Then take +1 momentum after you reset, and add +1 to your next move. Alright, once per fight, you also take initiative with burning momentum. Okay, so this is the important part. We are going to burn momentum. So now it turns to a strong hit. Okay, so we burn momentum, and we regain the initiative, and it also means that our clash move now is a strong hit. Okay, we get another +1 momentum from this asset, and okay, inflict your harm and choose one. You have the initiative. You bolster your position, take +1 momentum. You find an opening, inflict plus harm. Okay, I think I'm going to go with the second. And when it's a plus harm, it's that you mark harm once. I think so. Yes, I'm gonna envision like that. Okay, so we are fighting these people here. We just got in here, and they start to surround us because they think that they have the advantage, right? So they come at us confident that they're gonna take us down easily, and we let them surround us, let them think that we are an easy prey here. And then when they approach, we grab our axe and our shield, and we swing and try to hit them, 2 or even all 3 of them at once. And since we burn momentum and got a strong hit because of the burn that we did, we are gonna mark progress, and then we're gonna mark progress again. Inflict +1 harm. But I think +1. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. Okay, so we mark using only 1 harm. Okay, but okay. So let's say that we managed to kill one of them outright. So this guy right here is down for the count, and this one is pretty badly hurt, and this one is the one left standing, so to say. Okay, and now we have the initiative. So these guys are reeling from our comeback or our display of battle prowess, and we take the moment, or we seize the moment and strike again. Okay, when you have the initiative and attack in close quarters, roll +iron. Okay, so we roll +iron, and it's a strong hit. On a strong hit, inflict +harm, you retain the initiative. Alright, so we inflict them harm. It says +1 harm, but I mean they're already full. So we managed to also kill this guy, and this one, he's pretty much gone. But we have to end the fight, right? We made the strike move, and now we are about to end the fight. Where you make a move to take a decisive action and score a strong hit, you may resolve the outcome of this fight, which we just did, right? We made the strike, and it was a strong hit. If you do, roll the challenge dice, and compared to your progress, momentum is ignoring this roll. Alright, so we use this icon right here to roll, and we get a weak hit. Look at that, this was a 10, right? So it's a weak hit. On a weak hit, as this foe is no longer in the fight, they are killed, out of action, flee, whatever. On a weak hit as above, but you must also choose one. It's worse than you thought, endure harm. I think that's the easiest one, endure harm. I don't think we need to drag this too much. So as we approach this guy, this bandit, we think he's out of the fight, and we try to question him, like where is the goods? I mean, we saw the boxes, but we just want to make sure. Why did you attack us? That kind of thing. But this guy, we think he's down, and he suddenly steps up and managed to cut us, inflicting 1 harm and reducing our health by 1. Nothing serious, but he does manage to hurt us, and at that time, rage overcomes us, and we swing our axe and cleave him in the head, and that's that. That's what's left of the bandit. Okay, and the bandit is gone, and I think we recover the goods. Let's say that the goods were over here, and we recover them, and thus we fulfill part of our vow in protecting the ship. Okay, so I think okay, so we come back with the goods, or maybe after we grab some of them, we come back to the ship, we tell Rowan what happened, and we all come back and bring the rest of the goods to the ship. Okay, we load them, and then I think it makes sense that that we could advance this vow of protecting the ship, right? So now we're closer. Okay, so we load the goods, and I think that that's enough for this part of our visit to this settlement. We don't really have to have anything else to do with the settlement. Now we could this guy Nisus, he owes one basically, right? We let him go. I think, would you say it's a bond? I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't trust this guy, right? But I'm not gonna say it's a bond, but I'm gonna drop him here just so I can remember what happened, right? So I'm going, let's say not bond, but Osos one, or acquaintance, or how indebted? Yeah, indebted. He's indebted to us. I have to change this so you can change what it says here, because indebted of Nisus. It's not. I mean, looks like we are indebted to him, right? I'm gonna leave it like that. We all know what it means, okay? And we could also write it here. Okay, Nisus owes us one, and all right. It's just so we remember. I mean, I usually write more in the journals when I'm playing by my own, but since this is a video, I don't see that much of a need to write an extensive entry into the journal. But you can do that if you're playing on your own. All right. Okay, so we go back to the main map. And we just visited one settlement. Okay. On the previous video, if you didn't watch that, we started here from Diamond Brook and we sailed upriver all the way to Onyxton, and I was advancing this track as we moved along. So I think I'm going to, since we still have the shipment of silk, it makes sense that, okay, and let's fill this again, okay? Remember, this is not ours, this belongs to the ship, to the merchant, but I'm tracking it in our inventory. All right. And I think it makes sense that we would at least go to another settlement, right? And I think I'm gonna reach the settlement, and that's where I'm going to end this video, because remember, I'm trying to keep them short and I'm trying to keep them interesting. Okay, so we're going to use the undertake a journey move. That's what I've been using to do the Hexcrawl here. So we are gonna travel upriver a bit more. Okay, so set the rank of your journey. I'm using this same vow because we're protecting the ship as it moves along. So basically, I just fill the boxes as we advance. Okay, this is not in Ironsworn. There's no hex crawling in Ironsworn. It's just how I do it. Okay, so we roll plus wits, and we get a strong hit. So we advance here. On a strong hit, you reach a waypoint. If the waypoint is unknown, okay, you make good use of your resources, mark progress, you move a speed. In this case, okay, we then choose one. Since we just moved one hex, I don't think. Oh, no, yeah, we do have to mark progress here. Okay, we just have to move one more. Okay. Okay, it's very close. I don't think it makes sense to have another settlement here, so I'm not. Let's just keep moving. Okay. Alright, so we roll plus wits again. Okay, roll plus wits again, and it's a weak hit, okay? So, on a weak hit, you reach a waypoint, and our prop will suffer -1 supply, okay? So, we lose 1 supply. Okay, we're advancing, and we're going to move 1 hex more, and if things go our way, I think that's where we'll find the last settlement of our journey, okay? So, okay, we roll with wits again. And we get another weak hit. Okay, on a weak hit you reach a weapon. Okay, we mark progress, and here we're just gonna say that a new settlement is right next to this. Is here settlement. Okay, new location, settlement, village. Okay, Bywater. Look, see, I think the name fits, right? It's by the water, by the river, and okay. Yes, I think this is good. Okay, so accept. All right, we can. Yeah, that right there looks good. So we reached the settlement of Bywater, and I'm not gonna mark progress again because once we finish the trade here, we have to come back, and there will be plenty of opportunity to fill these 3 boxes here, or if something happens in Bywater, we could fill them there. My idea here is that this valve represents everything we do for the ship, right? I mean, we travel from here to here and we fill 1 box. That makes sense to me. On here on Onyxton, we found the stolen goods. I mean, we made a successful investigation. We marked progress, and we fought and recovered the stolen goods. So we mark progress again. This is kind of like a catch-all track for everything we're doing. Okay, and I think this is a perfect point to end this video. We did a lot in this video. The main thing I wanted to do was showcase how I do the gather information and compel moves, or how I conduct an investigation using Ironsworn, and I think that came off very good. So we're gonna leave it right here. Okay, one last thing before the video ends. Remember that I'm using Ironsworn to play, and I'm using the Augur, which is the program that you see me using. I made that, and you can check it out at the link I will leave below. If you're a regular here, please remember to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and also do check out my Patreon. I put PDFs, like I just released a bestiary last week, I think, or a couple of weeks ago, a fantasy bestiary. It's based on the foes that come with the Augur, but it's a PDF. So if you prefer PDFs than actually that using a BTT, you could use that. I also wrote a short story that has nothing to do with Ironsworn or this world, but I really like it, and I upload it to Patreon. You can read it there. It's like a post-apocalyptic world where there are robots, but people still use kind of medieval stuff. Like the main character wears a chainmail and uses a mace, but he also uses a slug caster, which is like a rifle that accelerates metal slugs. And right now I'm also working on a sci-fi bestiary, which hopefully I will release next week on Patreon. So all I'm saying is, if you like this kind of stuff and you like to support me, support the development of the Augur and the things I put out, please check out my Patreon as well. Well, thank you, and see you on the next adventure. Hopefully it will be next week. I'm trying to make one every week. Bye.